I've seen your dreams in the night sky. You know I want you to be mine. But you won't make it that easy. You're not the type to fall in deep. You know that really you want me. Just stay. You're like a song stuck on replay. Your smile is always in my way. I know you know that you need me. It's not a secret that we keep. So just admit you see me.
It is Gaming Morning Show, Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020. Thanks for being with us wherever you may be. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. He is Sean. I am Ryan. It's going to be a fabulous day. I just have a feeling. It's in my loins. Can you feel it in my loins, Sean?
Oh, I'm feeling all up in your loins.
It's the loins. My headphones are all crooked. What's happening? My loins are fine, but my headphones are crooked. Stop it.
Right, let's run it back from the top.
Okay. Gaming Morning Show. It is Tuesday, but it's really Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020. Do I need to forego the mispronunciation counter and go straight to a Ryan forgets the date counter?
The wrong day of the week or date calendar.
Yes, it's one of the two. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, can you blame me? It's 6 a.m. I mean, come on now.
That's true. It's way too early.
Although we kind of did sign up for this.
Literally.
What are all I went to bed at 7:30 last night, though, so I am feeling pretty good. I feel refreshed. I don't know if I fell asleep at like 7:30 or 8, but I feel like just the action of going to bed that early sometimes makes a difference. So
for sure. I did not go to bed as early. I think I was in bed around like 11, asleep by like 11:30.
I do think you and I have like an exchange rate though. So your 11:30 is kind of like my 9:30, right? Because you just do better at night. It's the truth.
It is a little bit more forceful me getting up at 6 a.m. And my body's like, no, we should be awake till 2 a.m. because that's when you get all your stuff done. It's late at night.
2 a.m. is the best time. Right. It is going to be a fun show. 3 hours this morning, as we are Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time. And you can find us on those three outlets: Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube. We have This Day in Gaming History and birthdays to celebrate with you coming up this hour. So be sure to get your birthdays into the chat if you would like us to wish you a happy birthday. We have that coming up. We have Gaming Morning Show, morning gaming news. The monolith is back.
It sure is.
And then it's gone again.
It sure is.
And it's in a whole different part of the world.
So weird.
Isn't it? it just has to be, if it's not some odd thing that we can't like acknowledge, right? Then it's got to be just a coordinated effort to be messing with people, right?
I think it's Banksy.
That's not the dumbest idea I've ever heard.
I know it's this could be like semi-performance art, you know.
Just like my hair.
That's why you have to get up at like 4 a.m. is you get your hair all perfect.
Yeah, hair and makeup is always important. I could do a little foundation right here.
Some blush.
Yeah, there we go. We're gonna do that coming up. We're gonna play Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War this morning. DuckTales is trending. I'm gonna tell you more about that in just a touch. National Package Protection Day, National Fritters Day, which does not apply solely to apple fritters, although in the land of donut, fritter is king. National Mutt Day, which I thought would be a fun topic, and National Special Education Day. Thank you to all of the educators who specialize in special ed. I can't say enough. I know some of them personally in my life, and the hard work that they put in to make their students' lives better is amazing. Yeah. So big shout out to you for sure.
Especially right now. You think teaching in general online is difficult? Special education teaching online is a whole nother beast. So shout out to those doing everything you can and sticking with it, because it is not easy right now.
We got a new driver in Formula One. We'll tell you about that coming up. Yesterday we shared the best Android apps as voted on by users and editors of different magazines. Now we have the Apple list. I don't know if that is just coincidence, if they always do it at about the same time, but that's kind of happening. There is a Nintendo hacker who is going to prison, which I found kind of shocking. And if you have a certain Samsung brand of phone, they might stop making them soon, according to some reports. So we have that coming up as I mentioned with the Gaming Warning Show Morning Gaming News, This Day in Gaming History birthdays. Chrissy is in the chat. That's the earliest that Chrissy's ever shown up. So let's give a round of applause for Chrissy.
Good morning.
Nice work. Welcome. 6:10 West Coast time, 9:10 on the East. All right, let's get into this DuckTales deal. So I'll be honest with you. I didn't know that DuckTales was back as an actual on-air cartoon. I thought people were doing fan art or something like that, because I've seen the new look of DuckTales. I didn't know it was actually on Disney XD, and for that alone, I'm regretful, because that would have been fun to watch. Did you know about this?
I did, and I've watched probably like the first 8 episodes of it with the kids, because I introduced them to it. They really liked it for like a week, and then they were over it, which made me sad, because it's great. If I could justify watching it on my own with the little bit of time I have to watch shows, I totally would, but it didn't make the cut. But it is really good. The voice cast is amazing. There's so many like references to the original. It has an interesting like story to it, even if it's just episode by episode. But it is really good. It's a really good show.
Well, I'm disappointed. I'm going to try to find out if I can watch it. I will advocate for it having a 4th season, because that is why it is trending on Twitter this morning. By the way, Chrissy, 2:30 run to the airport. It's always the worst. Oof. I think the only person I've ever taken to the airport at 2:30 in the morning is Sean's wife. I don't know if I've ever been to the airport at 2:30 in the morning otherwise. Wow. Now,
it's too early.
Safe travels for your sorta stepmom. But thank you for being with us this early. What's this? Sorta stepmom. There's got to be like some love there. I mean, it's 2:30 in the morning. I might tell my sorta stepmom, like, hey, next time, I can call you an Uber. So yeah, DuckTales, Disney XD, the Twitter sphere is going after Disney XD to try to compel them to renew it, because Collider is the report that the series won't go on for a 4th season. We ask you, A, have you seen the new DuckTales? Because clearly I was out of the loop. I didn't know it was out there. 2, is DuckTales definitively the best cartoon theme song of all time? The answer is very much yes. How is the new DuckTales, and why is Scrooge alive? And not because he might be in the new DuckTales. I don't know if he is. Is he?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Uncle
Scrooge is in the
Scrooge.
new one. So that alone could be the question is how is he still alive? I mean, it's been at least like 20 years since he was in the last one. He was old then, but you know, Scrooge the ever living. More so, how did he survive the dive from the diving board into his gold coins? Physics.
It's physics.
Look it up. It's not right.
My favorite part is when you address the people and you say, A, have you seen DuckTales?
Woo.
2, is the is the theme song the best? You switched your bullets there.
It is.
A, have you seen the DuckTales? 2, is the theme song the best song?
I was never very good at outlines, let's put it that way. Did you ever enjoy writing outlines?
Oh yeah, I love outlines.
Oh no.
Outlines and to-do lists.
No.
They're the best.
I can't stand either. Certainly, outlines are the worst. I remember that they'd have you, outline your papers in high school or whatever, and you'd have to figure out what you're going to write about. And I was like, no, let me just start writing, and then I'll figure it out.
No, I definitely fought against it hard in like high school. But then I had a teacher in college it was like a specific writing class. And a lot of the writing classes at USC are geared towards your major. So if you're a film student, your writing classes are more focused on like film writing, whether it's, writing scripts or writing reviews or writing memos associated with film. Like they try to make it specific to you. Being a math major, there was no math writing class. So I kind of got to choose. And so I took one that was geared towards like business, which was super easy because it was all like writing a press release and writing memos and stuff. It was rather easy. And then the other writing class I took was geared towards like engineering, which was more difficult. But that one was really nice because they really went in depth on making writing things easy, and they explained writing outlines in a way that made so much sense that I used it the rest of my time at USC, and it was amazing.
I'm happy that it hit home for you because it just never took for me. Although, Chrissy, with the whole grocery list and order of the store, I do love that plan because that seems efficient. I don't think it ever helped me with organizing my writing, and I think that also fits kind of like my trait, which is I'm usually better in like the last week leading up to a paper than starting on it like 4 weeks ahead, right? There's something about the crunch time that definitely accelerates my clarity of thought, which I think is why I like doing live stuff. Like I love doing this show because if I prepare for hours and hours and hours, I don't think it makes much of a difference for me. So I think that's a big reason for it. So I forgot, I gotta fix your camera. We had Mike O as our guest host yesterday, and I adjusted your camera for him, and so...
Can't believe you let him in my camera.
Fixing Sean, making him look okay. There we go, look at Sean. Alright, here I go. Yeah, Chrissy, I read that on like a blog or something. It's like, organize your grocery list by the way that you go through the store. And I'm like, that's amazing. That's going to save me so much time. Plus, I have like a weird memory that I can remember like certain aisles and like outlines of stores and things. So I'm on board with that. I just don't know if that's the same for me as what, an outline was supposed to be in writing class.
Right. Well, and I get to the point because I have never liked writing papers. I've never been good at writing papers. I mean, that's why I was a math major. But I got to the point using that method that I was taught that I could write my outline, get an idea of what I was going to write, and then use that outline and slowly just start filling it in to the point where I had most of my paper.
Oh yeah, I dislike shopping too, Chrissy, for sure. Oh, why am I still using smokes on this loadout? Oh, behind me. This is such a video game perk is the high alert. Like, I just knew someone was behind me because I got yeah, the game changer. Like, shopping is tedious. Being able to get in and out in 15 minutes is golden. So I am on board with that one for sure. And maybe if Outlions had proven to do the same thing for me that they do for shopping lists, then maybe I would have used them longer. So such a game
Oh,
changer.
it got me. There's 2 at B.
Your mom's a B. What did he just shoot me with? It made a knife sound.
He has a tomahawk. There's a tomahawk guy around.
Can I have his tomahawk?
You should be able to pick it up if he
Did my
had it
character
equipped.
just say I deleted him? 'Cause if so, that's nice. Chrissy, are you playing any of the new COD? Because I know that you played COD MW.
Throwing grenade.
Oh, he's back at me.
Throwing grenade.
And for what it's worth, Sean, our buddy Miko, who did join us on the show yesterday and filled your role after you had to leave, he even says he is playing Cold War, despite originally not liking it at all.
Yeah, that's awesome. I did tune into most of his time with you just to see how it went, and it looked like it went really well. I hope he had a good time.
I mean, I think he had a good time, and it was nice not to be alone. I missed you. I mean, the sequel's never the same as the original. He was going to join us again today. He had to run out for real work, so he will not be with us, but may come in on Friday. It'd be something if we could get Mike, Ben, you, and me on Friday. How could you imagine?
That'd be so much fun.
And then Chrissy stops by for her update on all the murder mysteries that are on TV, but she can't say the word murder, death, or kill. Oh, so Chrissy's gonna go campaign first.
Campaign was good. I still haven't committed to my veteran run of the campaign yet until we nail the Easter egg for zombies.
I love it, the veteran run. Yeah,
Oh, man.
There's my tomahawk. There's the tomahawk play. Wow, this person was nuts.
Yeah. He killed us a lot.
I haven't done a campaign since 1994, so. There, I touched C, so you know that counts.
I helped.
Throwing grenade.
Okay, I'm at B.
Trophy online.
That scare you? That trophy?
It did. Here, mine's gonna be friends.
Oh, you're doing trophies too?
Yep.
Trophy friends.
Throwing grenade.
Especially on this one, they just seem so vital. Oh, my trophy system's been destroyed. Maybe they won't look for yours because they found mine.
Losing B. That's the name of my book. Losing B. My time as a Call of Duty player. The hard truth of losing B.
My B and how I lost it.
Sniper working.
Oh, he's over on my left. He moved real fast. Definitely not getting my normal
Sentry system
load of frag kills. Usually it's like 13 frag kills a... Gotta heal, gotta heal, gotta heal, gotta heal. Alright, Pennington.
Enemy took C. Alpha locked down.
Oh, behind me. Huh. Well, if you did miss any of Sean's non-veteran, his rookie campaign, you can watch it on demand on our YouTube page. Hey, there's my frag kill. There we go. That feels better.
Lame.
Explosions. Michael Bay at B. In a world where everybody can throw frag grenades a mile with their left hand. Whoop, where's the sentry turret? They get it behind us?
It's a chopper gunner.
In a world where Ryan can't find the chopper gunner. In a world where Ryan actually found his melee button. I haven't used that thing in it's about as many years as I played the campaign.
I only panic melee,
And toggle your sight.
which hasn't been a problem in this one.
Guy left by the windmill.
Yeah, I'm dead too.
Oh, so we're the deadest. Alright, we got Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News coming up next. Oop, that's a bad grenade. Ignore that. No one saw that.
God, there's that guy just camping over by the tower.
Oh, and there's a guy between the tires and the barrels on the right in front of the hangar. Or there was until after this grenade.
Ah, my Simtex got him.
Oh, sniper.
Good eye, sniper. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I might have blowed myself up.
Nah, definitely not. Contested.
Contessa?
Oh, behind me. Ow. Well, they're definitely working B more than they did in the first half, but I think we're in good shape.
Yeah, we're good. They are toast. Keep it tight and by the numbers.
Oh, no. Thank you, trophy system. You're welcome, Ryan. Victory! We're victorious.
DuckTales. Woo!
Do, do, do.
Life is like a hurricane.
Here in... I don't remember where we were. I think it was called Cartel, but I don't actually know what region of the country and the world it was. So we'll just call it this place. Woo! I am Ryan. He is Sean. Gaming Morning Show continues. It is time for our Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News. We'll have that here in a second. Stick around, because after this segment, we're going to talk about this monolith. Because if you weren't here yesterday, or maybe it was even Monday, we talked about there was a monolith which we can define. We have a very strong explanation for this. Sean, what is a monolith?
It's half of a duolith.
So if you've ever seen a duolith, which is a third, no,
Of
two,
a trilith.
Gotcha. Or is it monolith is a third of a trilith?
Yeah.
A duolith is it's 2/3 of a trilith, and half of a quadolith.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was in the state park or some part of Utah, and it showed up randomly. Like some wildlife trackers had found it, and then weeks later it was gone. And so we found another one we collectively, gaming morning show, certainly. So we have that coming up. Stick around. You're not going to want to miss this. DuckTales on Disney XD is not being renewed for a 4th season, at least according to reports from Collider. So we'll talk more about that. And definitively, is it the best theme song of all time? We'll let you decide. Let's go to the newsroom at this point, though. We have to get information. We got to get informed. We got to know what's up. So we turn it over to our hashtag video game expert. Here's Sean.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020, and this is your gaming morning show, Morning Gaming News. First up, some information from Sony, and this comes to us from Patrick Klepek of Vice. Sony offered some information on their analysis of single-player games for the PlayStation 5. Many people have been saying things like single-player games are dead. It's all about the online multiplayer games, with battle royales becoming so popular, and like Grand Theft Auto Online being so popular. But Sony said that based on their internal information, that people were playing single-player games more than ever. So single-player games are stronger. And so what they looked at were people's blocks to playing single-player games. And they found that people said things like they had no idea how long they might need, so they don't play unless they have 2+ free hours. Or it takes a lot of time to scan through long help videos when they're stuck. Or they had trouble engaging socially about single player games without risk of spoilers, or I forgot what I was doing in the game last time I played, so it's hard to get back in. And so those were some of the blocks they had to single player games. And so that led Sony to develop their activities feature for the PlayStation 5, where you can, play a single player game and be able to look at, okay, this is the next thing I'm going to do in the single player game, and offer a spoiler free guide if you need it, or at least explanation of what you're doing, and an estimated time based on your playstyle of how long it might take. And so that whole activities feature, geared towards single player games, is backed by data of people wanting to play more single player games and giving you the tools to be able to do that. So I think that's really cool, and it's good to know that that despite the vision of single player games kind of being on the out and multiplayer being the way to go, that they're still alive and strong, and maybe even be stronger in the next generation thanks to some of these new tools.
I mean, that would help me, giving me just a very easy way to recollect where I was, because for me, I'm mostly ever going to play a single player game if I had absolutely no other options to do something with friends online, and that could be weeks in between. Honestly, it could be months in between. And so if that's the case, then that could definitely help me. What I do like about that story, though, is they're well thought through in the way that they're approaching it. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I love it. Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 5 is upon us. Will we play? Probably not. But in Season 5, instead of being Marvel-based, they are adding hunters, quests, and Baby Yoda. So we see some new things coming to Fortnite. If you haven't checked out the end of Season 4 and the battle against Galactus, check that out. There's lots of videos out there. Go fast, though, because there is some music in there that is going to get copyright claimed. And so a lot of these VODs are probably going to be disappearing. So if you want to see it, go check it out quickly. It's pretty short. I watched kind of funny playthrough it yesterday, and it maybe half an hour tops. So it's definitely something you can pop in and out of real quick. But then Season 5 is introducing some new characters, some bounty hunters, including the Mandalorian, and of course Baby Yoda. So check that out.
I did see on a tweet the other day that they found the name of Baby Yoda. Maybe it's been revealed in Season 2 of Mandalorian. I'm just going to call him Ted. So I don't know what his real name is, but it's no longer Baby Yoda. It's just Ted.
It's Grogu.
Ted? Yep, it's Ted.
Grogu.
Yep, Ted.
And our last story of the day, a new Nintendo Switch update offers an easier way to share your content. of course, consoles like the PlayStation and Xbox have lots of tools in terms of taking screenshots and videos and sharing those to social media. The Switch, being a Nintendo product, has struggled with that sort of easy connectivity because Nintendo's quirky. But now you can plug your Switch in via USB cable and connect your Switch to a computer and copy your screenshots and videos saved under its album to your computer, to which you can disperse them much more easily. So, good news for people who are trying to create content from their Switch. And always last, but never, ever least, we finish off today's Gaming Morning Show morning gaming news with the world-renowned segment within a segment. This is what's out today. Okay, buckle up. Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 5, available on all the platforms. And for the most prestigious awarded video game focused morning shows, your favorite segment within a segment within a segment, today's name of the morning is Ryan. Ryan is the name of the morning.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who developed Ryan?
Your mom.
So
I did not find a Twitter.
So I'm sitting here running through our rundown. So kind of our role in the news segment is Sean's delivering the news. I'm looking at our rundown, and I'm copying links, and I'm putting them out on our Twitter and all that stuff, right? You can follow us, watch GMS. And I look at the name of the morning, it says Ryan, developer, your mom. And I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me.
There wasn't anything, and I usually wouldn't even call out Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 5 as coming out today because it's not really a new game out today, but it was listed on the list. There were two other games listed on the list. One was Paw Paw Paw, which was just coming out on another platform, but we already talked about Paw 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 last month. And the other one was some small game coming out on the PlayStation. And when I pulled it up, because between that and Fortnite, it won Name of the Morning. And it originally came out on Steam like 2 years ago. I was like, nope, you're not getting Name of the Morning for being a 2-year-old game that's just being re-released.
Paw, 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 paw,
Turns out there's not much coming out.
There's not much out today.
No. Or this week in general.
It made me laugh. Thank you for that.
Do what I can.
All right, that's your Gaming Morning Show, morning gaming news. You can tune in every single show. We do that around 6:30 every single day. Chrissy in the chat saying, I love my Naughty Dog single-player game. Uncharted, Doom Raider, damn it. Last of Us, so good. But also agrees with me, not actually Baby Yoda. Honestly, Chrissy, that was like the biggest revelation that I ever had. Was I always thought, as people were talking about Baby Yoda so much, like in the memes and stuff, that I thought Baby Yoda was actually Baby Yoda. I didn't realize in the Mandalorian world that like it's just a species, right? Mm-hmm. So
yeah, well, and that's been Yoda's an interesting character in Star Wars lore, because until the prequels where they added Yaddle, I think, which is a second person in that species, there was a mystery as to which about like what species is he and where's he from, and for a long time his species was referred to as Yoda because Yoda was Yoda. So I think that's where the Baby Yoda came from, is that he wasn't actually Yoda, he was just of the same species, and he didn't have a name, but now he has a name. Ted. No, Ted. Ted.
I will say that I will refer to Baby Yoda now as Ted, of course, but also that I will live and die that Doom Raider was the best game ever.
Doom Raider sounds like a great game.
No, you just take some Doom, you mix it with some Tomb Raider, you get Doom Raider, you know?
Doom Raider.
It's good stuff. All right, at least I can remember that Moscow is in Russia when we go to say this, this is where we were. All right, so Chrissy would totally play some Doom Raider. So here's the Monolith follow-up. So again, on Monday we shared the story. It was kind of crazy that there was this monolith that showed up in Utah. Ugh, I missed the guys on the stairs. And it just was there, and then one day it wasn't. And so our friend Ben, who's co-host of the show, goes to our Twitter and asks, well, first off, what is a monolith? And of course, Sports.Gaming, otherwise known as Sean, answers, because it's important to inform people that a monolith is half of a duolith. So we do that part, and then now it turns out that somewhere else in the world, a monolith has been found. And it almost appeared and disappeared in like the same exact fashion as the original one. It was from Reuters. A shiny monolith vanished from Romania's mountainous Nemt region. Oh wow, that's a horrible, horrible grenade. Let's see. This is from Reuters Science News on Twitter. 4 days after its sudden appearance close to an ancient fortress sparked speculation it may be related to the mystery structure seen in the United States. A similar alien-looking pillar was spotted in the Utah desert in the United States about 2 weeks ago. It disappeared after generating much excitement internationally among science fiction fans. This is a Twitter thread. In Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey, an alien monolith is a recurring symbol that appears to play a role in the development of human evolution rather than being an alien structure. The truth of the Romanian monolith may be more prosaic? Prosaic? What the heck does that mean? A spokesperson for blah, 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 police said officers are conducting an inquiry into the legally installed structure, which was positioned in a protected archaeological area from November 27th. So here we are in a state park. The Bureau of Land Management in Utah doesn't look into this any further after the thing disappeared because it involves private property. Even though it was on public land, it involved private property, so they got rid of it after the fact. It's really crazy. I think someone's got to be playing like a prank or something on us, because well, no one is interested in B. This is the easiest B we've ever had in Moscow.
Moscow.
It's because I learned how to say the one in Idaho so well that I forgot how to say that. Oh, is that the one in Romania? The one in Utah? Chrissy's saying that someone was out there taking photos. Oh, no. Finally. Morning, Load Less Checkpoint. Thanks for being here. The one in Utah, they got rid of it, huh?
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Yeah, so Checkpoint, we were talking about these monoliths that have appeared in Utah and Romania. And they've just kind of randomly appeared and then disappeared. Oh, I almost had him. I'm running through the closet. Gonna get to B through the closet. Don't bother me, I'm at the closet.
Call of Duty, the musical, coming this winter.
Celebrate the anniversary of Ryan playing a single-player game. The 25th anniversary.
Boo. I disagree.
Oh, they finally got B. Remember how I said B was easy? I mean, it could be for sure. It's just a strange coincidence.
Nice.
I mean, and I kind of think there's part of me that like wants the mysteriousness of it to remain. Like, I don't want an explanation. Like, I mean, I would love it to be something kind of fun like aliens or something like that, but I don't think it is. Halftime.
Whew.
But yeah,
It's closer.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna try to share this in the chat. You can see what this thing looks like, at least the one in Romania. Well, and that's the other thing, is it kind of does fit like the profile of if you're trying to create like a movie that's based on 2020, like it kind of fits that profile, right? Like it's just another thing to add to the weirdness.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I shared that in the chat. By the way, if you haven't already, check out the latest episode of Final Checkpoint from the game Fanatics, which is who Joel and Load Last Checkpoint represents. Talking about a little bit of Xbox, a little bit of PlayStation, a little bit of Monica, a little bit of Jessica.
Enemy spy plane inbound. Enemy took B. Multiple hostile spy
Grenade
planes
out.
detected.
Disrupted proximity mine.
Oh, Bigfoot for sure. Like, look, Mike O, look, it's Mike O who co-hosted with us yesterday. He actually does a podcast called Monsters and Friends, and that whole thing is based around going around the country with his Bigfoot statue and looking for different monsters and lore from, you know, across the country. So, yes, Bigfoot is absolutely real in that respect. I hurt. Man, that sniper keeps showing up behind that one spot right when I charge in.
Taking Bravo.
Oh yeah, he talked about the Eugene Emeralds too, because the Eugene
Yeah.
Emeralds a couple years ago did a rebrand and brought in Sasquatch as their mascot.
Which was a great move, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Man, I don't know how we're gonna get to B. Maybe I'll
I think
try
we
that
just kind of
first.
made a coordinated push because it seems like we're all taking turns.
Throwing frag.
Ah, man.
They just keep kind of popping up. It's funny.
Yeah.
I almost need like 13 frag grenades. There's now someone laying prone on the A side.
Grenade out.
He was there that whole time.
Got him.
Okay. Capturing it, which means we're alone for a second.
I guess we're alone now.
We're no longer alone now. They just charged right back in and took my spot. It's elementary school all over again.
Man. See, like that, we were there, but our team was... There's this guy that just insists on sniping, trying to get kills, but not actually trying to help.
Securing B. Enemy spy plane inbound.
This one's up.
Ah, he got me. At least we got it, but still, man, we're gonna lose it right back. Man, yeah, they just charge in there. It's so fast for them to recapture it.
Yeah. Well, their team's actually playing together. Our team isn't doing great right now.
Do you want to go get C? And I'm your next best chance.
Yeah, I think we kind of have to at this point.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Hostile care package inbound.
I'm behind you.
Ooh, an Among Us sesh. I haven't played Among Us in a while. When's the last time you played Among Us?
Take this back.
The last time we all played.
Hostile care package inbound.
Among Us. Woo do 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 do. Did you get the guy to our left?
Nope. I was fighting the guys to our right. Yeah, we're screwed. We don't have enough time.
Well, fine, then I'm going to just shoot these pictures. Take that, photos.
Enemy RCXT detected.
It'd be fun to do a GMS game night. We could do an Among Us stream. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hard to do Among Us streams well because of the style of the game, but would still be fun.
Enemy spy plane inbound. Hostile sentry
Defeat sadness.
Lame. So we got to talk some about Formula One before I go because so much has happened.
Just a couple of things. So, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna update my mispronunciation counter because of Tomb Raider becoming Doom Raider in my brain. So there's 41 for the show. It is Gaming Morning Show, Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. It is Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020. We have birthdays and This Day in Gaming History coming up now. So if you would like to wish somebody a happy birthday, please let us know in the chat. He's Sean, I'm Ryan. We are asking you about DuckTales, which I haven't heard Checkpoint nor Chrissy weigh in. Is DuckTales the best cartoon theme song of all time? The only one that I can think of off the top of my head that's worth bringing into the argument, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am biased, but Thundercats was pretty freaking slappy.
Thundercats was pretty good.
It's real hard. It's so slappy.
Yeah. It slaps.
It's not slappy though. That's not something anyone says. Just me.
Could be. Could be something
But yeah,
someone says.
Thundercats are on the loose. Ooh, yeah. Chrissy brings up Power Rangers. That's not bad. Although
Power Rangers was
technically,
pretty good
that's not
too.
a cartoon, right? Has Power Rangers ever been actually in cartoon animated form?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure someone has animated. Ooh, Chippendale Rescue Rangers. is up there, too.
Chippendales Rescue. Oh yeah, because we did that song when you had a Name of the Morning candidate that was Rescue Rangers, and then we were disappointed because it wasn't actually Rescue Rangers.
It was Rangers who were rescuing people. Totally
Not
different.
the same. Not the same. That's a good call, Checkpoint. I've never heard the Pokemon theme song. Do you know what that one is?
You would recognize it.
Oh, is that
I
the
don't
one
know
like
it well enough to-
Pokemon are digital monsters? That thing, right? No.
Nope.
Where's that song come from? Transformers is pretty good too, though. Where did I get that song from? I remember there was like a song that was like something digital monsters. It must be another like random Pokemon knockoff that like my kids have watched on Netflix or something. Then so
Could have been. Isn't there? There's a Digimon. I wonder if that's
maybe that's
Digimon.
what it is. There you go. So I was at least in the neighborhood. All right, let's move on because you do want to talk F1, and then we're gonna do birthdays in This Day in Gaming History. So the story that I have, and then you can pile on if you want, because we talked about either yesterday or the day before. Lewis Hamilton will not race because of COVID-19. He is the champion for this year. Mick Schumacher, Michael Schumacher's son, yes, he is going to join Haas F1 next season. He is the current leader of the F2 championship. So that is happening. Him and Nikita Mazepin.
There you go.
Mazepin. They are going to replace Romain Grosjean, who just had the big accident and is seemingly okay, and Kevin Magnussen next year. So that's the changes that I had. What do you know that I missed?
So with Hamilton out, George Russell is stepping up from Williams to race at Mercedes for Hamilton. And then, oh man, I forget his first name. Atkin is his last name, is going to move up from Formula 2 and race at Williams this coming week. So we're going to see George Russell, who's been doing amazing things with a really crappy car at Williams, race in a Mercedes this weekend and see what he can do with a good car, which is exciting. So we have that. We have the Haas announcement for next year. Romain Grosjean is out of the hospital, so that was also good news. And then, not to be left out with all of the amazing news, we got a huge announcement from Lando Norris. He announced that he is Also racing the next 2 weekends at McLaren.
Wow. Just huge.
Huge news.
The McLaren driver is driving the next 2 weeks for McLaren. That is absolutely nuts. Welcome, Cap fan. Yes, Caps fan. We are live 6 to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and a Gaming Morning Show. .tv. He is Sean. I am Ryan. Load Last Checkpoint gives me the lyrics. I want to be very best like one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Pokemon. Pokemon are digital monsters. All right, so I give you the Formula One news. Thank you for sharing that. I did like Sean. If you haven't followed him on Twitter, Sports Doc Gaming. He did a nice retweet of George Russell sitting down to create his PowerPoint slideshow to appeal to Mercedes to let him drive this weekend. It was
So good.
All
I
right.
love the younger drivers at Formula One are just, they're so in tune with social media and memes and streaming, and it's fantastic.
Chrissy does confirm that Digimon is the song that I just sang, so thank you for confirming that. I appreciate it. Let's do our birthdays and this day in gaming history. So if you have a birthday to celebrate, slap it in the chat, and we will go ahead and wish someone a happy birthday. We have a ton of this day in gaming history, but let's start with birthdays. Today, Lucy Liu turns 52. Lucy Liu, I remember her mostly from like Charlie's Angels, but she was in a ton of stuff kind of like late 90s, early 2000s for sure. Appeared as Dr. Watson in the series Elementary. Oh, I do remember that. Okay. Nelly Furtado is 42. That's actually younger than I would have thought Nelly was. But when you know that Britney Spears, who also celebrates a birthday, is 39, that kind of makes sense because Nelly had like 2 stints of fame. The I'm Like a Bird stint and then the Promiscuous stint with Timbaland. I honestly, Sean, was very tempted to make Britney Spears our topic of the day and have us rank the top 5 Britney Spears songs, which definitively Toxic is number 1, but I figured I would go with DuckTales instead. So,
Woo.
Britney Spears, fun fact from Cleveland.com, has appeared as herself in multiple TV shows, including Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Jane the Virgin. Also did play a character, not as herself, in How I Met Your Mother. There you go. Do you want me to give you 5 more minutes of Britney Spears, or should we move on?
I think we should move on.
Jana Kramer turns 37 today, singer. NFL quarterback A.A. Ron Rodgers turns 37 today. Has appeared in an episode of The Office as the judge of a TV show, which I did not know, but I have not watched much Office, so yeah. Historical birthdays, other birthdays of note, singer-songwriter Thierry Mari turns 33. Rapper Treach turns 50. Actor Alfred Enoch is 32. And this was also Juice WRLD's birthday. I'll be honest, I didn't know that he was dead. I had just found Juice WRLD this year doing a mashup with Marshmello. Come and Go is a song that Juice WRLD did, and I really, really liked that song. I was sad to find out this morning that he is dead. So,
Sadness.
also, historian Charles Wesley, born in Kentucky, wrote many different articles and books about African American history. Celebrated a historical birthday today. Monica Seles, the tennis pro, is 47 today. Singer Charlie Puth is 29. NCIS Los Angeles' Daniela Rauh, R-U-A-H, Rauh, 37 today. Joe Lou Triglio, which I know as the sidekick from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Help me with his name. The guy who always makes jokes. Nicolaj's adopted father.
Don't know.
Cannot remember his name. 50 years old.
Really.
Rena Sofer from 24 and Juice Shoot Me is 52. Susie Nakamura from Dr. Ken is 52. And Brendan Coyle from Downtown Abbey turns 57 today. Is it just me, or does Cleveland.com, which I think is just honestly the Associated Press birthday list, did they start adding way more parentheses in the other section? Like,
There's a lot. There's a lot more.
I don't remember there being this many, because I used to only pick those because it gave me a reference point. Like actor Dan Butler is 66 from Frasier. Still don't know who that is, but I mean, I can
Charles
guess.
Boyle.
Thank you, Boyle. That's his name for sure. A true crime not watching The Office. I know, and I have been told that by so many people, that I need to watch The Office, but I just haven't. I mean, I've watched episodes, and I've seen, like, some of the more famous episodes. Like, I've watched the basketball episode as a sports fan. That one was pretty funny. I mean, I've watched the one dude, Kevin, drop the chili, but that was because that was referenced on the Dan Patrick Show, so... Okay, so there's your birthdays. I know you got to run, so let me get to this day in gaming history. It's going to be off Netflix soon. Oh, yeah, because, well, honestly, I think, though, isn't it going to, like, Peacock or HBO Max or something?
It'll be around.
Somebody has a login for it somewhere. I'm sure I'll be able to figure out how to watch it. Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. See, I did watch that whole thing, other than the completed last season. Where did you finish with Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Weren't you like 4 or 5 seasons, something like that?
I think I finished season 3.
Okay. Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine's really entertaining. Rose is the best character in my opinion, but
Yeah, that show's really good.
all right, here we go. 1982, Atari signs a long-term deal with Destron to market home video game versions of Destron's video games. 1992, the Federal Trade Commission announces it's closing its case of a 2-year investigation of Nintendo with no further action being warranted. What were they investigating?
I don't know.
94, federal district judge in New York upholds a $208 million patent infringement award against Nintendo, ordering the company to pay Alpex Computer. Man, Nintendo had some litigation in the early 90s. Damn. In fact, there was another one in 94 as well. I'm going to skip over that one. 99, Shenmue Chapter 1 Yokosuka video game for Dreamcast released in Japan included the games Space Harrier and Hang On. Had both those games. Nintendo released in 2002 Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past for Game Boy Advance. Ubisoft, don't call me Ubisoft. Prince of Persia: Warrior Within released in 2004 for the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. Same year, Nintendo DS handheld video game system released in Japan. The next year, Microsoft launched Xbox 360 in Europe. The year after that, Nintendo released the Nintendo Wii in Japan. Man, there's a whole bunch of releases the first week of December.
Oof. It's like there's something big that happens at the end of December they're all getting ready for.
Yeah, it's like a holiday or something.
It's weird.
Holiday season, in fact. Let's see, what else we got? Activision Blizzard was actually formed this date in 2007. That was when Activision and Vivendi Games announced a merger. It was an $18.9 billion deal, and it was the biggest ever in video game history, according to kpolson.com. Square Enix released the Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories game 2008 for PS2. Same year, Prince of Persia came out for PS3 and Xbox 360. 2014, Telltale Games released Game of Thrones Episode 1, Iron from Ice. Man, that was a really long title. And Ubisoft, then same year, released The Crew for all of the machines as well.
Whew.
There's a lot of this day in gaming history.
That was a lot.
We do that every show, end of the 6 o'clock hour. Check in the birthday chat. I don't see any. So, happy birthday to Chrissy's stepmom. I don't know. I just feel like wishing a happy birthday to somebody. If you're getting up at 2:30 in the morning to drive your stepmom to the airport, then, you know, you deserve a birthday shout out, even if it's not your birthday.
Happy non-birthday. Oh, hey, look at that.
No way! Oh, I spoiled it. Well, you won't be here likely in the 6 o'clock hour tomorrow, since this is a rare appearance for Chrissy so early. So
We wasted the good surprise on you.
all right, it's 7:02 West Coast time and 10:02 on the East. Sean has got to run and go save the day. Can everyone wave goodbye to Sean? Say goodbye, Sean. We'll miss you. Goodbye.
See you tomorrow.
Yes, for a full show. Knock on wood.
Whoop.
A tentative new long show. All right, goodbye, Sean. We will miss you.
Later.
All right, that's Sean. I am Ryan. Gaming Morning Show comes back after the break. We will have top 10 lists. I am going to look for a top 10 list surrounding theme songs for cartoons. So who knows? Digimon might be in there. So stick around for that. We have it coming up later in the show. We'll have sports coming up next hour as well. We'll tell you about the Nintendo hacker who's been sentenced to prison, Samsung getting rid of one of its phone lines, allegedly, and Apple announces its App Store apps of the year. We'll rehash some of the days of the day, the F1 news, and the Monolith Part 2 as well. It's all coming up. Gaming Morning Show continues on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv after the break. Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020.
'cause all of the waves, they keep chasing after me. Even though we are out of reach, I can feel the water on my feet.
Morning, gamer. It is Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020. Thanks for being with us. Gaming Morning Show. We're on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. I am Ryan. I have 2 more hours with you this morning. It is 7:10 West Coast time and 10:10 on the East. We are asking you about DuckTales, the greatest theme song of all time, question mark, for a cartoon. And speaking of which, I have located a top list to share with you in about 15 minutes from now. That's going to be 12 cartoon theme songs that are classics. And I did see one that I was going to share before that I actually liked, but the website looked like something that was going to put every single cookie and bookmark in my browser, and so I passed on that one. But I did see Pokemon was in the top 2 of that one, so as I returned to the chat and see that Chrissy's Twitter search or Google search was something to the effect of something digital monsters. That's good. Joel, don't worry about the Pokemon thing. I just never was versed in it, but I will tell you that on my kids' holiday list, both Bakugan and Pokemon, 2 franchises that I knew little specifically about, Bakugan, which I knew nothing about, are on their list. So I may be becoming more versed in Pokemon in the very short order coming up in the next 30 days or so. I have some news about Apple's best apps of the year. I'm going to start out with that, and then we'll get some information to you about a Nintendo hacker that will serve prison time. Maybe don't hack Nintendo. And Samsung going to get rid of a line of phones. They're going to actually switch to focus on foldables. I think that's kind of apparently the next wave. We just talked about flip phones yesterday with Look It's Mike O on Twitch. He does evening streams, and then he has the Monsters and Friends podcast, which opens a new season coming up in January. You can find them on Twitch, or rather on Twitter, MNF Pod. MNF, like Monday Night Football, but Monsters and Friends Pod. So we'll have that coming up because we talked about flip phones. I was like, I wonder if there's going to be a change, and apparently Samsung is to the point where they're just going to give up on a certain line of phones in favor of foldables. So we got that coming up in short order as well. Let's talk about the best apps of the year from the Apple side. Yesterday we talked about how Zoom, Center, there's a couple others, and they had like their best book of the year and their best movie, which is Bad Boys for Life. Well, now Apple, according to 9 to 5 Max Felipe Esposito, Wakeout is the best iPhone app of 2020. It's an independent developer, Andres Canella. The app brings fast and light exercises that can be performed by anyone in home offices and classrooms. It's Wake Out! It's got exclamation points on the back end of it. Oh, and Zoom was on the Android list. It's, of course, on the list for Apple, too. It was the best iPad app because, obviously, Zoom became very top of mind with the pandemic. So that became a thing. For Mac, Fantastical by Flexibits was chosen as the best app. Popular calendar alternative that brings advanced features. And then Disney Plus, which was also like on the Android side, was Apple TV App of the Year. Disney Plus was the App of the Year, I think, for the Android phone, according to users. Endel, which is Endel, an app designed to help users focus, relax, and sleep, was the best app for Apple Watch. That's according to 9 to 5 Mac. Apple announces best App Store apps and games of 2020. I am Ryan. We got top 10 lists coming up here shortly. Apex Legends until then. Speaking of podcasts, be sure to check out Final Checkpoint on thegamefanatics.com. That's where Load Last Checkpoint comes up. Grew up playing Pokemon games and playing the reading card game. What's the reading card game? Is that a Pokemon like reading game? Like I don't know or is that a whole nother game that I should know? I just don't. Oh, did you notice? Oh my gosh. I'm not Loba. Uh-oh. That's not good. I'll never beat them with this Bloodhound. Oh no, this is bad. Alright, well, here goes nothing. Oh, that's unfortunate. Good start. I shouldn't have thrown that first grenade as that person was retreating up the stairs. I did that because I saw them, and I should have let them just go. It's alright. I didn't have the right character anyway. Yeah, Bakugan was new for me, too. It's apparently very Pokemon-y, I believe, as well. Little monsters fight one another. They have different power-ups and Baku points that they incorporate into the game. So I don't know. It's probably very similar. If I knew anything about Pokemon specifically, I could probably answer that a little bit better. Oh, a trading card game. Yeah. And that's still a thing, if not a revival, because my kids and Sean's kids are trading Pokemon cards already, and my kids just don't have any. I mean, they basically got Pokemon cards from the other kids, and then they're basically trading the same inventory, but they find it fun, so I let them go with it. And the good news is, like, I'm not opposed to many things from a parental philosophy. I'm not opposed to many things that, like, I don't understand it, but if they're into it, then I'm on board. So that's why the Bakugan was pretty fun. Those little circular, they're like spherical toys, which I learned recently. Like most cartoons, at least especially nowadays, but even back in the 80s, basically came to life so people could sell toys. So that was kind of a sad realization. Like I always thought, oh, it's wonderful art, and there just so happens to be some toys with it. When in reality, like sometimes cartoons don't even make that much money on the TV show or the art itself, but it's the toy sales that are a big deal. So I was pretty super sad about that realization, and even if it's half true, just the fact that that's the case is kind of a bummer. So I probably bought a whole bunch of Thundercats toys back when I was a kid, not realizing like it wasn't because the TV show, it was because they needed to sell toys. So were we on this map just a second ago? Yes, okay.
Looks fun over there.
Oh, everyone wants to land over
Yes.
here. I like Geyser on this map. And apparently Turbally does not care one bit. So, okay, we'll just go here. I think we're going back to the side of the last death, right? But anyway, the Bakugan, little spherical ball things, are super expensive. But oh, they're both behind me. So luckily, the used market was actually really good for those. I hear someone to my right. Whoa! Nice work. Where'd you go? Where'd he go?
Get up. Setting up shop.
So I was a big fan of finding the used toys, because that was
Don't mind if I do.
a good way to, you know, better utilize their love for the toys, was being able to find used versions of it, because otherwise they were super expensive. And I kind of believe a little bit more in the secondhand toy store market than I used to. Oh gosh.
I see someone over there.
Mira, someone's out there. They're far.
And it's hard to play this game, by the way, right now, because I have no... Oh. Nice work, team.
Come on, compadre, get up. Come on. You're looking at the new kill leader.
No. Okay, I don't have my thing. Now I deserve that because I didn't heal. Yeah, fragment. We could do other things other than fragment, right? Like big pass, big pass. All right, let's take a break from the game. I haven't started off too well. Let's get to our top 10 list of the day. It's actually a top 12 list. Yeah, whatever the kids are into within reason, certainly I'm on board with. The Pokemon show is a little bit too beyond what we had originally planned for our 5-year-old, but the Bakugan show is basically like the same thing. So at this point, we're kind of on board. So, all right, let's go to Music Notes now. It's musicnotes.com. They have 12 classic cartoon theme songs. Our topic of the day is Disney XD is being mentioned quite a bit on Twitter. In fact, it's so much so that Disney XD was trending because apparently DuckTales is on Disney XD, which I did not know. I didn't realize that they had an actual revival. When I saw the images of on social media of the new DuckTales drawing, I always kind of thought it was like a fan art thing, or maybe there was a comic book or something. I didn't realize they actually had a new animated series, so I'm certainly behind on that. But because Collider is reporting that the series, DuckTales, on Disney XD will not have a 4th season, people are kind of up in arms. And so they're trying to request through this social media movement to get Disney XD to renew DuckTales for another season. So we've been asking you this morning, is DuckTales the best cartoon theme song? We've had votes for Pokemon, Transformers has been in our list. I mentioned Thundercats. Power Rangers was a banger, that is for sure. Yeah, it looks like that's kind of the list of our... Yeah, that's kind of the list that we have built so far. Digimon. Digimon are digital monsters. Have you seen the new DuckTales? And if so, how is it? And then, like, I mean, we got to have a discussion about how Scrooge McDuck dives into gold coins and is still alive. I think there is a very good social media, might be a dorkly bit, showing, like, Scrooge McDuck diving into his gold coins and, like, hurting himself and being like, why did this happen? It's like, why did you think you could dive into a bunch of gold coins? They're super dense. So anyway, that dorkly, by the way, for what it's worth, most of the stuff that I think I know about Pokemon comes from Dorkly. Dorkly has a bit where they had a little bit more like literal explanations from a game where there was like a pocket, like a Palm Pilot almost, that was referring to like when you get a Pokemon, it gives you a description of what the Pokemon is like. And for Charmander, who is the dinosaur with the flaming tail, you can all fact check me on any of this stuff. It said something like, if the flame on the tail goes out, Charmander dies. And so it showed his owner being like, oh man, Charmander, you smell awful. It's time for your bath. And then they go off into the bathroom and he comes out and he's like, what have I done? Ah! Oh, good morning, Hoffru. Thanks for being here. There's a hilarious Family Guy clip making fun of the goal. Oh, maybe that's where it came from. Animation, the new DuckTales bothers me, just like the animation, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Speaking of that theme song, why was that not added to the list? So that was on the list. That was me referencing it. No one else mentioned it. Sean would have, for sure, because he's a big TMNT. I think a lot of times, too, animation styles, we get frustrated with them because we remember it as one way when we were a kid, right? And then they change it. I remember that happening with Thundercats. So they had the first iteration of Thundercats when I was a kid. Then they actually came out with like a Cartoon Network version, and it was great because the Lion-O's father in that version was the actual voice of the original Lion-O, and that only lasted for like a season. Then Cartoon Network got rid of it, and then they came up with like it's not Ren and Stimpy-ish, but it was more of a, there's an animation. It might even be closer to the new DuckTales, but it was definitely more of like less realistic animation, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And I never watched it. I don't even know if it ever did come out, but it was a Thundercats thing. And I looked at that, I was like, that's not right. But that's just me looking at it, remembering what it's all subjective, right? So I would watch that series if it kind of hit me in the face, because I haven't sought it out clearly. Here's the top 12 classic cartoon theme songs from Music Notes Now, musicnotes.com. This one's pretty good. SpongeBob SquarePants. That was a pretty good theme song. And SpongeBob was after my time as a kid. One of my college roommates was super into SpongeBob, but it opens up with, who lives on a pineapple? Or no, are you ready, kids? Ah, Captain. And then, who lives on a pineapple under the sea? The Pink Panther theme song. That one was pretty good. Adventure Time. I know nothing of Adventure Time. If you know something about Adventure Time and you can agree with this, I'm with you. The Jetsons and the Flintstones both made this list. That's kind of the Hanna-Barbera era theme songs. The Simpsons. I mean, I don't consider that animation from the like cartoon sense, because it was never clearly intended for kids. But the Simpsons theme song was super catchy, and proud moment for what it's worth. When I was probably 7 to 10, somewhere in that zone, we went to a department store, and there were keyboards. And I figured out how to play the Simpsons theme song. One finger, treble clef, no harmony, nothing. Just dun 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 dun. I still remember how to play that to this day. My daughter got a keyboard for her birthday this past summer, and that's the only thing I can play on it. I used to be able to play the Super Mario Brothers theme from memory, and in a random selection, I used to remember how to play one verse of Blessed Union of Souls. My piano career was super short, but I do remember to this day how to play the Simpsons theme song. 12 classic cartoon theme songs from Music Notes Now. Scooby-Doo, like Zoinks, Gee Scoob. That is on the list. Animaniacs, which just got the revival on Hulu. That is a very good theme song. And here we go. DuckTales is on this list as well. And a good link to Brandon Urie of Panic at the Disco on The Tonight Show doing the DuckTales theme song from Jimmy Fallon's suggestion box. Gravity Falls is on this list. 2012 premiere. Different than your typical cartoon intro, rather than silly words or funny faces, writes Music Notes Now. This instrumental-only theme piques the interest of its viewers with a mysterious tune and adventurous scenes. Popeye the Sailor Man is on this list, and they round it out with Rick and Morty. I've never heard the Rick and Morty theme song. Again, Rick and Morty is out of that realm for me, because I don't think of 12 classic cartoon theme songs and think Rick and Morty, right? Because that's not intended for kids. So, all right, what do we got? I have the entire catalog and Tiny Toon Adventures theme songs memorized by heart. Oh, Cat Dog. Sorry, I said catalog. Cat Dog and Tiny Toon. I remember Tiny Toons. That was solid. Yeah, even like, I used to be able to play Super Mario Brothers theme song on the keyboard as well. So I've forgotten a lot. Let's just put it that way. All right, so here's the 12 classic cartoon theme songs. I mean, if we were including that, like Family Guy is a very catchy theme song too. I just don't think you can include, like, I think my intention with this topic of the day was to have intended for kids theme songs. I will say too, there, with the streaming world, there are so many random shows that are on Nick Jr., like Paw Patrol it will stick in your head. What do they call that? An earworm, right? So when they first started watching Paw Patrol, or there was there's a baking one on Nick Jr. that my kids watched, where it's two sisters, one of which owns a bakery, and there's a line in that song that's something like, "She's the very best boss." Oh, thanks you guys. And that's just part of the song, and it's super catchy. And then every time I would go to work, I have a coworker who was like, "Oh, you're the best boss," or something like that. I was like, "I'm the very best boss." Oh, thanks you guys. And it just like clicks. It's like reflexive. I have no way to stop it whatsoever. There's also another one where they all have special powers, and I can't tell you that song right now, but if they were watching it in the other room when I get done with the show and I hear it again, I'll be singing it for 2 weeks straight. So I'm kind of happy that it's not in my head right now. But yeah, I think it's designed that way, right? The theme songs are designed to be catchy. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I completely agree. And Pokemon, like I said, was on that one list that I started with, but I like to link through to the sources that we use on the show, and so I didn't want to send you to a potentially spammy website. It is Gaming Morning Show, halfway through the 7 o'clock hour, West Coast time, 10:30 on the East. We're on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. Carlos Campbell of The Verge reporting that Nintendo hacker Ryan Hernandez has been sentenced to 3 years in prison following a guilty plea. This stems from Hernandez hacking the Nintendo Switch prior to the release. He stole information prior to the Switch's release. This line in the story says Hernandez was first investigated by the FBI after he and an associate successfully phished confidential information from Nintendo from an employee in 2016. FBI requested that Hernandez stop in 2017. He, however, continued seeking to dig up confidential information in the following years, and the FBI renewed its investigation. So, ooh, can we go to Fragment? Yeah, apparently we sure can. The only thing that's better than going over there is when we go over there late. That's a winner. 2019 search of Hernandez's hard drives also revealed a stash of child pornography and videos of child abuse. Hernandez ultimately pled guilty to possession of the images, and as a result is now a registered sex offender. So it was even deeper than the Nintendo stuff, obviously. So anyway, that's some news for you from The Verge's Carlos Campbell. I am so bad with the G7 Scout. I don't know if I could have worse weapons for me to start a game of Apex Legends. I'm not scared of Fragment. I just don't like it. That's what I'm going to tell you. Probably someone landed over there. Let's try this one. Nope. Someone raided this too. Alright, here we go. Loba stick. I've got a stick on the ground, and now I'm going to use it, all this power that I have, to totally abuse it. And let's go with a carbine. Better. What don't I need? I need everything. Oh,
Let's
whoops.
go here. Extended heavy mag here. Level 2.
There was a Flash cartoon back in the day that we used to watch in college called Homestar Runner, and there was a character named Strong Bad who would get email, and that was a theme song that he had, is like, time to check on my email, and then at the end he would be like, email. That's all I can think of too when I think of the stick, is some sort of theme song around the stick. Hey, again, check out Load Last Checkpoints podcast, thegamefanatics.com. Episodes usually out sometime between Monday and Tuesday. Thanks, Checkpoint, for hanging out with us this morning on Gaming Morning Show. Yeah, big backpack. And crushing it. Yeah, thanks for being here. I like, especially in the 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock hour when Sean is here. So if you didn't know, Sean is here typically every single first hour of the show, and then he has to leave on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, typically. And so it is always sad to see him go, but it is nice to have him here. I don't know if I want that. So having more people in the chat during that time is super fun, just because sometimes we get a lot more of our crowd in the final hour, like when Nintendo shows up, which hopefully you watched Nintendo Nerds on Twitch yesterday. I'm gonna go craft something. I can't remember. Purple backpack is 75. That's kind of expensive. Whee! 3D printer time. Barrel stabilizer. I'd rather do this. And do this. She's mad at me because I took her spot. Well then here, use the stick. Ooh, I should have taken that sight. Oh.
Light ammo here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Checkpoint for sure. Our whole show is focused on promoting others for sure. It's a big deal to me. I like talking about other people significantly more than I like talking about myself. Oh, what am I doing? I think I finally found like my limit, especially with the Loba, of ammo that I need for a 301 is actually pretty low. Oh, there's a hemlock just sitting there. All right, tell us what to do. Where are we going? Ooh, they can't hear me, but clearly could hear me. So,
Lovely idea.
DuckTales, not gonna sing the whole thing, cause I don't know if you can get in trouble for singing the song. Do 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 do. Oh, caustic trap. The danger somewhere out there. Not sing the song that I should. How did Scrooge McDuck survive the dive into the coins? Better.
Remember who hooked you up?
And
Go back. Mama's got you now.
another medkit.
Hop up here. Hammer point.
I played with somebody the other day who is a huge fan of Hammer Point and P2020 rounds. That is their ideal setup, which just baffles me.
Extended supply bin here.
If you can use it, more power to you. I just wish that we were back to like 24/7 Olympus, because I'm just not a big fan of this map. I am excited to play the new winter. Well, it's not new. They brought it back from last year, but the winter release.
Lovely idea. Frag out. Grenade out.
The winter release, capture the train. We don't have a caustic, right? Okay. Running in. Well, it's so frustrating. Should be coming in this door soon. And we're fighting back up here again. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Recharging shields.
different angle. Oh, reload your gun, stupid. Nope, that's unfortunate. I almost actually got that guy. Well, that's unfortunate. He went around me, and I went around them. Listen, that was a fine throw. It just so happened that it went off my guy going through a doorway. Like, that was super unfortunate. Caustic gas is the worst. Nice try. Nice try. They gave it a go. 7:40 West Coast time. Thanks for being with us. Gaming Morning Show on Facebook, Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. I am Ryan. We're with you Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time. Whole concept is your favorite morning radio show that plays games. Usually I have a co-host, Sean, who is Sports Doc Gaming on Twitter. You can follow us, watch GMS on Twitter. I am Hefty Goof. Usually Wednesdays get a little lonely, but our buddy Look, It's Mike O was supposed to join us a little bit today. We're working on growing our co-hosts, so you should never tune into the show and just see me hanging out. But today is one of those days. We got sports coming up in about 10 minutes from now. We'll tell you the latest headlines in the sports world. Did share earlier that Mick Schumacher is going to join Haas F1. If you're a Formula One racing fan, there's 2 new drivers for Haas next year. Right now, Schumacher is the current leader of the F2 championship. We talked about a monolith that was in Utah. It was in a state park in Utah. Was there for a couple weeks, and then it was gone. And now there was one in Romania that showed up, and like 4 days later, it was gone. So that was kind of crazy. Apple has announced Wake Out, Zoom, Fantastical, Disney Plus, and Endel are some of the best apps this year for the Apple suite of products. That's according to 9to5Mac. Ryan Hernandez, Nintendo hacker, has been sentenced to 3 years in prison following a guilty plea, according to The Verge. And here's the last story I had to share with you this morning. In addition to all of the things we're talking about with DuckTales, we shared our top 12 best theme songs. Samsung reportedly going to get rid of the Galaxy Note. They're getting rid of that line to focus more on the foldables that they're working on, like different, smartphones that fold and get smaller but can get bigger, almost tablet size, those kind of things. This is from Android Police's Caleb Potts. They released the Galaxy Note, had this S Pen that everyone liked because you could write on it kind of like paper. And next year now going to get rid of it. 2021 will be the last Galaxy Note, according to Potts. He is citing sources. Samsung, no current plans to develop a new version for 2021, but going to look more into the idea of foldables. The article says Apple, Google, and even Samsung itself have solid options that retail for hundreds of dollars less than the Note, making the phablet a hard sell no matter how fab it is. I am Ryan. Monolith going to be an ad campaign for something. Yeah, there was this idea that maybe it was going to be Banksy. And yeah, I agree, Nintendo. It could end up being just something as silly as, a stunt for a new movie coming out or something like that. Now, I like marketing, but I was hoping that this was something kind of crazier than that. And I say that and then realize that, if we were actually, running an Independence Day-like scenario... Why am I doing this slow drop? Wow, that was nuts. Clearly I'm not going to be super excited that, all of a sudden we're going to have Bill Pullman, rally us around a speech on the back of a military truck. Today we celebrate our Independence Day.
Not for me, but there for you.
I can fly. I'm pilot. Welcome to Earth. Will Smith, that's the day that I fell in love.
Worm food, compadres.
Evo shield here. Level 2. Ready to do some damage?
Taking fire. It's go time.
Everything about Will Smith.
Let's see what. Hop up here. Double tap trigger. Open up shop and shut them down.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only reason that it should happen now is it would be on brand
You are coming
for
home
2020.
with me tonight.
Was there a carbine up here? I should have looked. I am taking the advice of a guy I played with the other day that said the L-Star is legit this season, so that is why I'm L-Starring today. So
Extended light mag here. Extended heavy mag
I'd like
here.
that, please.
That's
Thank
level one.
you. I hear shots. They sound like they're behind us. Yeah, see, in Fresh Prince, sadly, I kind of missed that era. My introduction to Will Smith, I should say then Independence Day, falling in love then is a lie, because I actually was on board from the DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince days, because I really loved their hit single Boom Shake the Room, which honestly they weren't super well known for. It was more like Summertime was one of their bigger hits. This has all been looted, and I don't think it's been looted by my team, so I'm a little concerned about that. So what's the benefit of doing the switchy thing? That's what I'd like to know. Boom, boom, shake the room. Tick, 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 boom. I want that.
Deeps. Setting up shop.
Come on, big. Well, I'll just take it through there.
Nomads got you now.
Just I can't have enough ammo with an L-Star, I suppose. F2 is a Martin fan. Can you? One of the craziest things that I have a hard time wrapping my head around, even though it makes total sense when you reflect on it, was in that first Bad Boys movie, Martin Lawrence was the headliner. You know, Will Smith had second billing because at that time, Martin Lawrence was a bigger star. It's just kind of nuts to think about.
Let's use that jump tower.
Summer, summer, summertime. It's the summertime. Yes, yeah, if you watch the opening sequence to the very first Bad Boys movie, Martin Lawrence is the headliner. I also find it funny that I also really like that Nightmare on My Street song by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince as well. That was one of my favorite songs. So I dislike this building. This building absolutely drives me nuts because it's just a big long like tunnel. Like you can't do anything outside or to get it in and out of it very easily. I just don't feel like it's a fun design. Oh, it sounds like we might be pushing this fight. So I'm going to go out in the open. I'd rather place my stick, but I think my team is ready to fight. Yep. So I think I remember reading that if I take this totem, that it gets rid of my shield. We're not shooting at people over there, right? Let me through this. This is stupid.
Cover me. I need that Phoenix.
I didn't need to do that either. That's too high.
Grenade out.
So broken. They're behind me. This sucks. I'm so slow.
Recharging shields.
See, that my grenades do pay dividends. See, Nintendo's so supportive. Chrissy's making fun of my grenades. It's alright. I throw some really bad grenades. I am really bad at throwing grenades in Call of Duty. Alright, 7:50 on the West Coast, 10:50 on the East. Thanks for being with us. Gaming Morning Show. I am Ryan. You can find us Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. It is time for sports, as we do every single show at around 7:50. Latest headlines from the sporting world. What are your best cartoon theme songs all time? As Disney XD was trending this morning on Twitter, relating back to DuckTales reportedly not being renewed for a 4th season on Disney XD. So we are asking you best theme songs from cartoons. We gave our top 12 list earlier. Among those that were on there, DuckTales made it. The Simpsons made it. Flintstones, the Jetsons, those were all on it as well. Well, yeah. Sometimes grenades hit other teammates and bounce the wrong way. Also, sometimes they hit walls that are very close to me because I try to throw them whilst jumping. Yeah, I am a big Will Smith stan for sure. Fresh Prince. I will watch the reunion at some point on HBO Max, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. All right, here's some of your sports headlines. I feel like sports is getting really tough to read because it's pretty much who's not playing football this weekend because of COVID. With no basketball being played, no hockey, MLS soccer is kind of in its final, semifinal rounds, the Eastern Conference, Western Conference finals. There's no NWSL to my knowledge, right? Like that season is over. So there's not a lot of inventory out there. College basketball is tough for me to acknowledge right now because it's kind of crazy that they're playing this early so far. Basically the chaotic neutral D&D alignment. Listen, we all have our roles. Mine is to make some exceptionally unexpected plays and some really expected dumb plays. That's kind of my role, especially in the Apex world. But right now, Houston Texans cornerback Bradley Roby suspended 6 games for performance-enhancing drugs. He's the second Texans player to be suspended for the same reason. Will Fuller had that announced earlier this week. Let's see what else. Drew Lock, Brett Rippon, and Blake Bortles are now allowed to rejoin the Broncos. They were all sat down, marked ineligible last Saturday, which had my Denver Broncos start Kendall Hinton, who was an undrafted wide receiver at quarterback against the Saints. Broncos play at Kansas City in Sunday Night Football. Hall of Fame manager Tommy Lasorda has been moved out of the ICU. He remains hospitalized in Southern California. Funny story, met Tommy Lasorda in Great Falls, Montana before. U.S. women's national team players and the U.S. Soccer Federation settled their long-running lawsuit over inequitable working conditions compared with the men's team, while leaving their dispute over unequal pay for additional litigation, according to the Associated Press. The parties filed a redacted public notice of the settlement with the federal court in Los Angeles on Tuesday, while providing the complete agreement to a U.S. district judge. The deal with the world champion American women and the sports U.S. governing body calls for charter flights, hotel accommodations, venue selection, and professional staff support equitable to that of the men's national team. Pay them the same. And in Newcastle, England, Newcastle's Premier League game at Aston Villa, one of the two, on Friday has been postponed due to coronavirus. There you go. There's your sports. Oh, CFP playoff rankings, college football playoff rankings. Alabama 1, Notre Dame 2, Clemson 3, and Ohio State is number 4. On the outside looking in, it's Texas A&M, Florida, and Cincinnati 5 through 7, respectively. So that is your sports. It is now 7:55 West Coast time. Thanks for being with us on Gaming Morning Show. I am Ryan. Next hour, the GMS Gaming Hour, will play a little bit more Apex and have a lot more fun. Thanks for being with us, especially those who woke up this morning, took their pseudo stepmom, to the airport and is deciding to be here for the whole entire morning. Nintendo, good to see you in the chat. I hope that your stream went well yesterday. You can find Nintendo Nerds on Twitch Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific and Sunday afternoons at 2 p.m. Pacific. I am Ryan. More still to come on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. It is Tuesday, December 2nd, 2020. Appreciate being with us. Morning Gamer, it is Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020. Thanks for being with us on Gaming Morning Show. I am Ryan. It is Gaming Morning Show GMS Gaming Hour. We leave in all the good stuff, but include a little bit more gameplay. Going to play Apex Legends this morning because I am flying solo. We have coming up stories about monoliths disappearing, F1, Formula 1 drivers getting changed out. It's going to be an interesting race this weekend. The F1 champion is not available to race because of COVID-19. We're asking you about DuckTales. Have you seen the new DuckTales on Disney XD? And if so, do you enjoy it? Is it a good show? Let me know if I need to actually tune in and watch it, because that's what I'm curious. We announced some of the best apps from the Apple App Store this year. I will share some of those again coming up a little bit later this hour. I appreciate you being with us on Gaming Morning Show, Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. Yeah, good weekends, it looks like. Thanksgiving was fun. Yeah, ideal weekend. Chores, clean. I'm just happy to see Chrissy maybe be playing Apex again in the near future, because, you know, you've been out a while. So, today is National Package Protection Day, National Fritters Day, National Mutt Day, and National Special Education Day. And so with that last one we did in the first hour, and we'll do again, big shout out to all the special education teachers. Thank you for everyone that is doing amazing stuff right now, especially in the world of remote teaching. And as Sean pointed out, special education, according to some of my friends who do that kind of work, have said that remote learning has been especially tough for those students. So thank you for trying to make it as good as it possibly can be. That's kind of the way that you ask that question, in my opinion, today nowadays. Is you used to write an email, hope you're doing well. Now it's kind of like, hope you're doing as well as you can be. So thank you for everyone who works in that field and does important work. I am Ryan. Apex Legends this morning. I'm gonna have some fun. What else are we up to today? We're back at Olympus. Yes, I love Olympus compared to not Olympus. World's Edge. Not a big fan of that one. Yeah, Mick Schumacher's the new driver who will race for F1. He's the F2 championship leader right now. He'll move over to Haas Racing, replacing Romain Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen. Nikita Mazepin is also going to join Haas next year. All right, look around, look around. We got bad people over. They're landing with us. Don't want to get shot in the back. That's cool. Can I have a weapon that goes with it? Yep. Yikes. Oh, that's unfortunate. Where? I'm so bad from being up top. Please don't come to get your teammate. Why did you have to get... I'd like this, please. I'd like... Shoot. I'd like a shield. I'd like a shield. I'd like a shield. Hoping that's a shield. Could be a Phoenix kit. It is a Phoenix kit. Better than this, though. Yes. Looks like my team beat that other team.
Shotgun bolt here. Level 3.
More legible, meaning
45 seconds until the ring closes.
more things to fall off of. There's more ledges. Anybody? Anybody? Ha 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 ha. Okay, I want that big backpack. Let's see, let's see. No carbines. We have to go down here and we look for things like this. And then we get some ammo. Okay, then we shut that down. Then we go a little bit closer to the circle. That's what you meant. Don't tell me you didn't. More legible.
Let's go here. Drive in position. Opening shot. Come see the merchandise.
Big shield. Oh,
But we gotta go.
that's fine.
Faster, faster, faster.
Did you guys leave me?
I bet we'll find something good here.
That's definitely a purple shield. Nope, another Phoenix kit. That makes sense. So that's at least why it didn't show up on my stick. But this is better. Okay, where's that? It's over here.
Charging up my shields. I'm out of here.
Where is it? Can someone mark it?
Champion fell.
Okay, I'm gonna just assume that we're okay.
Open up shop and shut him down.
Oh, was there carbine?
Toast.
Nope.
Half the roast.
Nice choice. You got good taste.
Legible. It's funny. DuckTales. Do 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 be be do be 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 do be DuckTales. Imagine trying to sing on a stream and you can't sing.
New kill leader?
What would that be like? That'd certainly be rough. We have so far to go.
I bet we'll find something good here.
I don't see anything purple, do I? Purple? Purple? This is like the worst spot to try to do the stick. There's some purple.
Faster, faster, faster. I'm taking shots.
Enemy down. Took care of that one.
Nice kill. Mira, granada.
Target down.
I should have died.
Recharging the shield. Healing.
Can you imagine? Oh, I gotta get out of here.
Next ring's far. Not for me.
I'm just gonna get the Loba stick out and get the best of the loot.
Myself up.
Replicator, shops open for business. Don't mind if I do.
I bet you had carbine, didn't you? The Volt.
Nice choice. You got good taste.
I'm really gonna try to finish this thing with.
Hold on, I need to heal.
I'm really gonna try to finish this thing with a alternator. This is really happening right now. Good point. Yeah. Good idea.
Healing up. Eyes are open now.
Hold on, I need to heal.
Hostile spotted. Only 2 other squads left.
Oh, geez, we're top 3.
Got a minute until the ring closes. If
Well
you want
then.
it, bag it.
We'll save the stick for the end game then. Okay, I got lots of grenades.
We have 45 seconds, and the next ring's right there. Don't leave anything good
they're
behind.
right there.
Yes.
Shooting across the map.
There's an enemy near me.
Heard that. 30 seconds till the ring closes.
Throwing an arc star.
Placing a portal.
Tossing an arc star. Throwing an arc star.
Portal's ready.
Really?
Got 10 seconds. I hate to say it, but looting time's over.
Ah, from across the map.
It's not you.
That's unfortunate. Let's see who wins this thing. Oh, no, I already exited the lobby. That's so unfortunate. All right, Gaming Morning Show. Thanks for being here. 8:15 West Coast time. I am Ryan. Appreciate being with us on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. Apple chose Wake Out as the best iPhone app of 2020. It was a fast and light exercise app that you could do, say, at home offices or classrooms. Zoom was the best app for iPad. Fantastical by FlexiBits was chosen the best app for App Store when it came to Mac OS because it was a popular calendar alternative. These are all according to Felipe Esposito of 9 to 5 Mac. Disney Plus won the Apple TV App of the Year, and Endel, an app designed to help users focus, relax, and sleep, was named the best app for Apple Watch. Ryan Hernandez, Nintendo hacker, sentenced to 3 years in prison, was already in trouble because of child pornography and videos of child abuse, ultimately pled guilty to possession of graphic images, and as a result is now a registered sex offender. The judge overseeing the case recommended that Hernandez be placed in a Bureau of Prisons facility for inmates and cognitive challenges, and afterwards, then he'll receive a 7-year supervised release. This is according to The Verge. Hernandez was ultimately accused of stealing from Nintendo confidential information, including, according to this article, required to pay Nintendo $259,000 in retribution for stolen information. So that was according to Ian Carlos Campbell of The Verge. And then we mentioned earlier, Samsung going to be getting rid of the Note. So if you have a Samsung Galaxy Note, no longer going to be a phone. Stick around. Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming Renews coming up later this hour. We'll take a look at the headlines as they pertain to video game headlines. Let's see. So they're going to do the top. Okay, so you're up there.
Enemies down. Took care of that one.
That's a bad.
Reloading. Recharging my shield.
That was a bad play. Hopefully they'll get us back. Nice work. Okay, so they quit out. Got our beacons. Look at that teammate coming through. How about them apples? Yeah, we got PS5 news. We have Fortnite Chapter 2 news. I did check out, Sean mentioned watching this in the first hour. Checked out the Fortnite chapter, or the Fortnite event. It was kind of the launch of Season 5. And it was good. I've really enjoyed that part of Fortnite quite a bit. Fortnite is a very entertaining storytelling game. I never liked the building aspect of it. I wasn't willing to put in the time to get better at it. But the Galactus thing was entertaining. You know, the wittiness of some of the writing around Iron Man and that was kind of entertaining. Oh, you took my backpack. Oh, did I loot her? I looted hers. Sorry. Oh, no. So what do I get? I'm going to use an alternator and that. That's right, those two I think are talking to each other, so I'm not upset that they're discussing things and I'm sitting here trying to find a weapon. Ooh, that could be helpful. Ooh. Yeah, I think I've been liking this better than the Volt right now. Isn't that kind of crazy to say? Oh yeah, their events have been solid. And even like this one was kind of getting a little bit of flack for being not the best event that they've ever done, but it's still super entertaining. I mean, that's a very entertaining game. I already have that. Yeah, and Fortnite, I can see why people find it fun. Like, I don't even have a commentary on the game not being a fun game to play. I just wasn't very good at it and not willing to put in the time to get good, kid. So once I was willing to do that, you know, that would be a whole different story. But it's a fun game, and yeah, you're right. The events, the storytelling around it, super fun. All right, what do I got? I got 50. Yeah, with my 50, I'd rather do that. I'd rather do 2 batteries. Well, goodbye. But I still think this is the best Battle Royale game. The only real problems that Apex has had is just it seems to be a little bit slow
Back here. Level 2.
to make adjustments when necessary. And and the audio. Some people have had audio issues. Oh, you were an app? I didn't know that about you. I didn't want that.
Mama's got a brand new bag.
Yeah, I really didn't want that. I have no attachments for my weapon. That's all I should have done. See, I kind of want the hemlock. Were you good at building and all of that stuff? Especially on console? Yeah, and the concerts, especially if you're kind of a concert goer to begin with. The concerts are super cool.
Welcome to the shop. I've got just the thing for you.
I need attachments.
I found a hop up here.
Need more heavy ammo though.
I need heavy ammo.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that's that's the key, right? Just being good enough to fight back.
Let's see what we have over here.
Those are just behind this building, right? Like they don't sound like they're from the side or anything.
You kill leader. New data.
Really need heavy ammo. Oh. This is one way to do it.
Open up shop and shut them down. Alternate area. We're already. Remember who hooked you up. I've got your back. Mama's got a brand new bag. Optics here.
Perfect.
Sniper. Replicator in orbit. Thank you, darling.
Yeah, I would have liked to have tried to become a PC gamer with Fortnite. The way I tried to do it on console was treating it kind of like I used to be with Mortal Kombat combos and just try to remember, okay, if I want to build this structure, it's this combo. And if I want to build this structure, it's this combo. And that didn't really work all that well, but it was, it was a starting point. Got a little gun shy. I thought I was about to fall off the map.
Thank you.
So that's the only way to use this, huh? 55. Can I get a gold stabilizer? Yes, I can. Thank you. Yeah, and I think you had to have wanted to be better at building to make that game super fun. I really like the L-Star with the 2 times on it, but
Jump drive out.
Numpty there. This could get interesting. And up.
we're in hot
We're
pursuit.
already inside the next ring. There'd better
Got a
be some
suspect.
move around here.
Move northbound.
Ooh, I feel good about this care package. Shall we?
Where are we pushing to? Seems like an interesting direction to go. We're already down to 5 squads. I don't think. Oh, I do have 1 kill. Okay.
I think we could all use a pick-me-up.
I see someone over there.
Is that a fence? That's a Watson fence. That's our fence. This is where we're gonna set up shop, huh? Well, that's the case.
Shop's open for business.
Best chance to get anything that can help me. Nope.
Bye-bye now. Here's extra pick-me up. 2 enemy teams left. Firing! There's a new kill.
Frag out.
Reload. They're shooting at me. Throwing an alpha. Reload. And up.
Grenade out.
Reload. They've built them tougher in my day. Only one less team left.
Okay.
The ring's closed, and we've got a whole minute to dawdle.
Jump drive set.
Made enough noise.
And we're still
Oh no.
bomb bots are shooting at me. Anyone need a pick-me-up? Another soft landing.
Tossing thermite. Tossing thermite.
Putting down a fence.
Oh, jeez, that's a Sheila.
Anyone got to move here? You know. I'm using a Phoenix kit.
Can I get?
Sweet ball, bother. Me and you are down.
Tossing an arc star.
Boom, baby. Those are some good grenades again. How about them apples?
We killed the kill leader. They won't be doing this
Just tastes real good when you win.
You are the Apex champions.
I'm just happy it was with grenades. I still don't get that's where it's like the Sheila thing. It's so refreshing. I mean, that puts them at such a disadvantage. I want Rampart to be good, but it's a fixed position. They have a wall, a zone wall behind them. They can't go anywhere. I mean, I blew something up with 200 damage somewhere in that whole thing. I don't understand how that's valuable. All right, I got Nintendo still here. I throw at my wall as a ruse. Break through this. So, I kind of want to play trivia games, but I think I have just Chrissy and Nintendo with me. If you're interested in playing trivia, I can throw some trivia questions. I know that Nintendo's a lot of times out walking the dog, but if you're interested, I can throw some trivia questions at your way. Yeah, no, that's true. But I knew the Sheila was back there. Again, I think you and me trying Nintendo that Bloodhound Rampart thing, that could work for sure. Just need to have me be able to get outside of your spot, and we'll go from there. Let's do some trivia games. I like doing that. All right, we got Christy, we got Nintendo. Anyone else who's here, you can join us. Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. It's 8:33 West Coast time and 11:33 on the East. Gaming Morning Show. We are a radio show that plays games. Right now, it's the GMS Gaming Hour, so the focus is more on the gameplay for sure. But let's do some trivia. I'm going to give you some categories. We'll just do 3 questions. I won't even make you have to choose the categories. For fun. Eventually what we're going to do too with the trivia is we're going to use that as a very traditional radio giveaway type trivia so that we can get some things out to people. While I pull that up, in case you missed it earlier, this day in gaming history, Nintendo released The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past video game for Game Boy Advance. So that came out this date in 2002. What else? Prince of Persia: Warrior Within came out 2004 for the GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. 2006, Nintendo released the Wii in Japan. 2007, Activision merged with Vivendi Games, and they made themselves Activision Blizzard. $18.9 billion. Biggest ever in the video game industry. Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories came out for PS2 in 2008. Prince of Persia came out the same year for PS3 and Xbox 360. Telltale Games released Game of Thrones Episode 1, Iron from Ice, for all the machines in 2014. And The Crew, same thing. All right, here's your first question. This is arts. I'm going to give you an arts, a general, and a history question. Who was the son of Saturn and Ops, OPS, and the husband of Juno? Who was the son of Saturn and Ops and the husband of Juno? Who was the son of Saturn and Ops and the husband of Juno? Yeah, we won't do subs. We probably will deny affiliate status. We're going to do a Patreon, and that's actually, it's fun to have you two here because you've been with us since the beginning. What we want to start doing in this month, and we're probably going to launch it at the beginning of the year, is we want to have a Patreon, and we want you to help us figure out what kind of stuff we can offer within our Patreon, especially to early adopters like yourselves. What would make it fun, 2 years from now? Because we thought, we're going to think about, behind the scenes and after show and those kind of things, but that may not be valuable until well after. I mean, it's hard enough to watch us for 3 hours as it is, right? So I'm interested in seeing what you think. All right, I got Greek mythology, maybe, I don't even fully know what category. Jupiter. All right, we're going to go Jupiter as a consensus. The answer is Jupiter. This is where I need to get my sound effects. All right. Jupiter We're 1 of 1. All right. Next one. General trivia. What spice is named for the capital of French? Is it Guinea? Guyana? Gianna? French Gianna? I know how to say this, and I'm going to be mad now that I have to look it up. All right, hit me. Hit me, Siri.
French Guiana.
Guyana. What spice is named for the capital of French Guiana? All right, there it goes in the chat. Pew, pew, pew. Total guess. Yeah. Wait, really? I love it. French spice brain breaking. Oh, yeah, and this is where I could put the timer in, too. Yeah, I actually used to do a thing on my radio show that I'd like to do again, which is called The Goof Off, because Hefty Goof is my name. And it's a 5 questions type thing. And so what I think we're going to do is we've been doing a lot of interviews, which thank you for everyone who's given feedback on the interviews. If you've missed any of our past interviews, and we hope to have more coming up next week because we've had a pretty light session the last 2 weeks, you can go to our YouTube page, search Gaming Morning Show on YouTube, and we have a playlist of all of our past interviews. All right, cloves looks like the closest guess we have to this answer. Our answer is cayenne pepper. Wah, 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 wah. We're 1 of 2. All right. 2 of 3 is success, right? If we get 2 of 3, that's how they play on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me on NPR. So we're going to play those rules. This is a history question. Oh, by the way, I think the capital is Cayenne, for what it's worth. All right. Which company developed the A6M fighter plane known as Zero during World War II? This is a history question. Which company developed the the A6M fighter plane known as Zero during World War II? Just so you know, also trivia, especially when we're just doing one question to qualify for a fabulous prize, that'll be easier. Although I like challenging questions too. Boeing, fully don't know. Tesla, welcome back, Sean. Good to see you again. Dang, wait. Hold on, I got this. Oh, I love the typing of thought from Chrissy. Sean, I didn't even bring that up with you, but when we have our... Oh, we didn't do beer of the day. Oh, no, we forgot beer of the day. Mitsubishi. Ooh, I like that. Mitsubishi and Tesla. All right, final answers are locked in. The answer is... Mitsubishi. Well, you gotta tell me then if you had it on your desk. How was I supposed to know? All right, here we go. Oh no, that's the actual ham horn. What? That happened to come up 2 weeks ago? I find that so funny because I swear that happens more often than people realize. Is you'll be talking to somebody about something random and then it will come up later on in the week. Hey, y'all, we are 2 of 3. We are trivia winners. I just want to get this. I wonder if this would be DMCA'd. But Craig Kilborn used to host the Late Late Show. And I loved one of his games that he used to do called Yombo, which we can't really use because it requires being in person. But he had this really fun game called Yombo. And it was great. But at the end, it would play this thing called, "Congratulations, you are one of life's winners." And I'm pretty sure that I can play this part. All right, let's see.
We have a winner, Jason Mewes. is the winner of tonight's Yombo. Congratulations, Jason. You are one of life's winners.
I love that line, and so I would have my friend who's a big voice for radio do a line, something like that, like, congratulations, Chrissy Icky. Which, by the way, is Icky capital I? Or am I supposed to be reading this as Chrissy Licky? Which is a whole different deal. I was trying to mention you earlier, and I couldn't tell if that was a lowercase L or an uppercase I. It makes sense if it's an uppercase I to me. Yeah, okay. That makes way more sense. Anyway, so I could play something where it's like me saying Chrissy Icky and then have him be like, you are one of life's winners. I would love to do that. So, we are not alone. There's another teams with us. Yep, good shout out. All right, someone landing there, so I'm going to go this way. How is there no weapon? Oh, yes. Where's our friend?
Anyone up for some shopping?
There's bad people down there. And another weapon would be cool, like this.
Buy and fly, we've got to move. Throwing in our
Stupid gas. Help me, help me. Why were you... I'm frustrated just because he was spamming over there. Whoops. Enjoy that ad. That was weird. Why was he spamming over there when the person I was trying to shoot was over to my left? Do you think... Oh, was that a self-revive? Yikes. Okay, that didn't go so well. What'd I miss? Sounds like a fun job. Literally used to be my job. Your job used to be making parody songs? What? That does sound like a fun job. How does one get into parody jobs? I mean, that sounds like a blast. All right, let me give you some Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming re-news. These are the headlines of the day. PlayStation 5 was designed to help gamers play the way they want to. And this goes back to the idea of single-player games. If you were wanting to play a single-player game, how does the PS5 help you? And for someone like myself that focuses in more on the multiplayer stuff, Sean mentioned in our first hour that it focuses on this idea of, like these activity cards and things. That they're designed to try to make it a better experience for anyone who wants to get into different aspects of gaming. Fortnite Chapter 2, Season 5 adds Hunters, Baby Yoda, and quests. So there's some Mandalorian-esque-ness things about it. That's from Game Informer. And also from Game Informer, new Switch updates offer an easier way to share content. Beach Blanket Babylon cabaret show known for parody and outlandish costumes. Oh, I love it. I love creative stuff. This show is so much fun to do. Oh, I hear a caustic again. He's above me. Dang it.
We're already inside the next window. There better be some good loot around here.
There goes the first. They'll get the rest.
Target down.
Ah!
I need help. Welcome to the shop. I've got just the thing for you.
Dang it, no big shields.
I need help.
Charging on my shields.
Medkit, medkit, medkit. There we go.
Hold on, I need to heal.
That was the last of their squad. It's hard to survive alone. I'm fine. Just picking up.
Can I get anything else? I can get some ammo. Ooh. Well, it's almost like it was made for me.
Thank you.
Shotgun bolt here. Level 3.
Where'd that other guy go? He's out here. Yeah, I thought I was close. That's right.
Setting up shop.
Again, it's so unusual not to have a really solid backpack.
Mama's got a brand new bag.
So put the put the stock on that L-Star.
Using jump drive.
Ooh, that might not be the worst thing on this thing. Yeah, that's even better. I'm gonna do a circular scope.
Have to roast.
Oh, jeez. Even better. Man.
We're already in the ring.
Yeah, this is better for me.
Running circles for fun.
There we go. Well, there's definitely a replicator, but I don't need any bats. What else could I possibly need? Oh, barrel stabilizer. Oh, I could craft a backpack. Am I missing one?
One squad nearby.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Yeah, they dropped the care package.
Yeah, the people you work with make such a big deal.
One squad nearby.
Jump drive.
We're not alone. Hit the ejector seat. Enemy right here. Taking fire. Activating hardware reboot. Unlock. Log off my drone.
Throwing an arc star.
No, no, no. It just takes too long to throw a grenade that close. I was really trying to get the caustic. I didn't realize I was that low on 301 ammo. Alright, we better call it a day. 8:52. I did a bad job. Man, you guys have been talking. I love it. I love having conversation, especially when I'm solo. Yeah, I'm with you. Environments, culture, all that stuff is absolutely true. Yeah, congratulations, Nintendo, too. Good to see that you landed on your feet. I don't know. I got to get better at looking at the numbers. All right, I'm going to check this place out, Nintendo. It looks really cool. All right, I'm going to run a little bit earlier than normal, but that's probably better. Excited for tomorrow because Sean should be with us for all 3 hours. And like I said, we're going to work on getting some interviews for next week because we've heard from you how much you like that part of the show, and I definitely agree. Yeah, long term, I think doing a 7:25 a.m. Pacific interview that is more of a traditional interview, Q&A, finding out what interesting people are doing. That's kind of our goal. And then at 8:20, doing more of the 5 questions type funny-ish interviews. And that, I think, will likely be more with streamers, and now that I think about it. And then we can always bring back the more serious interviews in the second hour, even playing them at 8:40, 8:45, something like that. So very traditional radio, because I've realized how much more our audience picks up, especially toward the tail end of the show. So thanks for everyone who was here. Really, really appreciate you being here. Sean, I miss you. We need to do 2 beers of the day. 2 beers of the day. It's 2. Yeah, we can still do that. Jingles. I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us on Gaming Morning Show, Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, December 2nd, 2020. Thanks for being here.
To get close to you.